On behalf of the Connecticut AFL-CIO Health and Safety Committee, welcome to our 2014 Workers Memorial Ceremony.
From Folsom Construction in South Windsor, Connecticut, Lloyd Folsom and Connor Betts.
Good morning, sisters and brothers, and thank you for being here on this solemn day. You know, it is our job as those of us that are standing here to continue this fight. Just last week, we lost two members of the labor family. AFSCME lost a member out of Middletown, and we lost a member of our executive board, Mike Dennehy, out of the Postal Workers Union. He was the president in Bridgeport. And Mike was one of these guys that wasn't a whole lot of fanfare, but he did the work that needed to be done. And as we speak today, his family is laying him to rest. And so what we need to take from that, and we need to strive each and every day, is to make sure that no other family experiences the heartache, experiences the sorrow that that family is experiencing today.
Ken Fountain, Local 466 in Middletown.
Connecticut has been haunted for over 150 years by workers' deaths and injuries. Deaths and injuries that could have and should have been prevented.
Robert Luden, 27-year veteran of Metro North, killed on the job May 2013.
William and Jean Shannon from Danbury, longtime UA members, longtime activists, longtime executive board member of the Connecticut AFL-CIO, who died in a car wreck, died together. We'll miss them forever.
Just a few days ago in Bridgeport, we commemorated again the loss of 28 workers at L'Ambiance Plaza. The regulation banning lift slab construction, because it was so lethally dangerous, waited for 5 years before L'Ambiance Plaza. The failure of the federal government to move forward with that regulation doomed 28 workers to their death. Their families waited for them to come home that day. They expected them to come home, just as the families of those wonderful educators in Sandy Hook, Robert Luden, the Metro North worker who was killed on the tracks in West Haven, the Connecticut lottery workers' families. All of these workers' families deserve to have their loved ones come home at the end of the day, not their lives cut short by lapses and laxity in safety.
These are Newtown Sandy Hook Elementary School educators. Rachel Davino, Dawn Hochsprung, Anne Marie Murphy, Lauren Rousseau, Mary Sherlock, and Victoria Soto.
If you think about worker safety, you can't separate it from America's labor movement. That's a reality. The best advocates for a safe workspace are those who are organized into unions in our country, in our state, who have advocated time and time again. As I look at this very audience, I see it arrayed with members and presidents and vice presidents of unions who have done the hard work of making sure that America's workers are safer. And then if you think in that context of American workers and the labor movement itself, you come to understand that we're here talking about literally the patron saints of safety. People who died at first in organizing labor in the coal mines of West Virginia or Kentucky or Pennsylvania. or at the auto factories that very frequently 100 years ago, 70 years ago, saw a death and people being injured on a routine basis, or in other industries that needed to be organized, or even efforts in our own state to make employees at casinos safer as well. This is, and by the way, barring smoking in bars, think about it. This made people safer. It's who we are and what brings us together.
Connecticut will never forget the men and women we lost, and will continue to advocate for a safer, healthier workplace for everyone. Safe jobs save lives, and we have to remember that. We need to work together. Without this team, people will be forgotten.
I'll be reading the names of members of Local 511, State of Connecticut. Nicholas LaCourie, Craig LeDoit, Ernest Lindsay, Harold Bruce, John Savoy, Darlene Falconeri, Robert Mugford, Nicholas Esposito, and Daniel Donardi.
Clean Energy in Middletown, Connecticut. Ronnie Crabb, Pete Chapoulis, Ray Dobraz.
It was 4 years ago today that one of the worst workplace disasters in the state of Connecticut took place. The explosion at the Clean Power Plant that took the lives of 6 union brothers. And while dozens of first responding agencies from around the state, from around New England responded, the first one on the scene was Middletown's South Fire District. And one of the first folks there, one of the lions of the South Fire District, was a firefighter by the name of Mike Osicki. And so it's, of course, with deep sadness that this year we're honoring not the people who died 4 years ago, but firefighter Mike Osicki.
Michael C. Osicki, Local 3918, IFFF.
We're going to be giving out the Michael Potosa Health and Safety Award. This year, the award is posthumously going to go to Michael Osicki, and we have his brother Robert Osicki, sister Janet Millardo, girlfriend Brenda Gasky, and represents the South Fire District. Local 3918, President James Mastriani, Chief Rob Ross, to come up and accept the award.
As a resident of the South Fire District, and not only as a sister to Mike, this is exceptionally hard for me to read today, but the Connecticut AFL-CIO dedicates the Michael Potosa Health and Safety Award to Mike Osicki for his leadership and commitment to safety in the workplace, given this day, Monday, April 28, 2014. I'm gonna get the other. Mike Dennehy, President of the American Postal Workers Union Local in Bridgeport.
In the future, wouldn't it be wonderful if there was not one worker killed in this state for a year? And as the fight goes on, that's what we want to achieve. And if we all work together, we can accomplish that.
To quote a woman that was an incredible labor leader who herself lost her entire family and then decided to rededicate herself to her friends, to her brothers and sisters, Mother Jones, when she said, "We need to mourn for the dead, but more importantly, fight like hell for the living." Thank you.